It's your boy SB, man, your favorite rapper, singer, songwriter, actor. And I have a special guest to come be tuning in, coming in live. You know what I'm talking about? Just to chop it up a little bit with your boy. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's 2021. This big moves finna be made. So what I'm going to do is I just want to venture out to a lot of my people and a lot of my peoples that I rock with. And I want to get their perspective on, you know what I'm saying, the things that they got going on. What's going on, Mack?
Well, first of all, praise Jehovah to see 2021 after 2020 was just the most horrific year for everybody. We lost so
Right.
many. I mean, like I lost my mom. That broke the core of my heart, and it wasn't even that long. It was less than like 2 months, and then you know, real life don't change just because you're doing what you do, but you just gotta stay strong in it.
You losing your mom, did it affect you?
Oh God. Well, first of all, I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack alone
Okay.
to the pain of what I can say. But because
Wow.
I walk in faith in Jehovah
Yeah.
and an accurate knowledge of the truth and the resurrection, knowing that my mother, that I'm gonna see her again.
Let's get back to the real, to what everybody want to know. You know what I'm
Okay.
talking about?
Yeah.
How long you been in the game?
Oh God.
What the game of who you are? Everybody want to know who is Mecca Forever. So let's start off this. Let me give you this. Who is Mecca Forever?
Well, first and foremost, let's start with Rebel Queen Mecca.
That's a
That's
fact. I love that. Let's
yeah.
talk. Talk that talk.
That's who I started out as in '93. Um,
93. Okay.
of course, I started rapping a little bit before then, but '93 is like when I, kind of stepped on the scene and dealing with ill city cutthroat motherfuckers. My dogs from Minister Society. My boy Sexy 17 already went to the gates, sleeping and waiting on Jehovah's Walk. You know, um, so I started out the Rebel Queen, the first woman in Ill City with the Bleak Bleak Boys. You know what I'm saying?
Where you from though? Hold up.
Yeah.
Keep that tone, but where you from though? Where you representing?
Oh, well, I was born and raised in Southside Jamaica, Queens.
All right,
But my
continue.
father
Queens.
was,
Shout out to Queen. Go ahead.
of course, Queens is on the map. My father, my rock, my king, Tariq Shabazz Allah. Um, I was born a Muslim from birth, and my
Yeah.
dad was Kawhi, following the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, of course. My
Mm-hmm.
mom's was X11, and we was in Brooklyn. We came, a little baby in Brooklyn, and then even though I was born in Queens, in old Booth Memorial, which is now called Flushing Hospital, so I
Okay.
remember outside Jamaica, Queens. That's where I grew up at as a kid. So you know, I started out really singing. I started singing first. I come from a family of musicians. My grandfather was Ace Adams. Got to do a little history on that. Well, when I've been in music since I was a kid, I got accepted on Star Search. You know what I'm saying? As a singer, I was about 5. So as you know, coming up through the ladder, learning the ropes, and being in the industry,
Mm-hmm.
I started doing things. I was messing with Rob Templeton, God bless his soul. Solid Noise is one of the greatest men. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Melly Mel. Um, so many different big people from way back. Don't really want to
Right,
touch
right,
it, but
right.
it's a huge amount.
Yes,
So
I know.
doing like shows, tours. I did tours. I opened up for big artists and different things I did in the past. So after the singing part, I calmed down with that. Then I started getting into the skills of the rap game. Me and Queen Pen used to hang hard before she got called to be with Teddy Riley and all that. And I mean, it was crazy because me and her was both banging out shows. I was doing shit with Bone. See, now this is before Bone Thugs and Harmony got big. I was
Talk
doing
that
shows.
talk.
I gotta shout Essence out from. I haven't seen her in a while, but Essence, if you see this and you want to holler at me, girl, holler at me. New Jack City, she know what it is. That's my dog too. Beautiful
You talking
MC.
about New Jack City, the movie?
Yeah, Essence was one of the artists on the soundtrack. Like I said, it was quite a few people I used to run with. Quite a few. Quite a few. As soon as I was of age,
You
I started picking up a fork and singing. I used to sing. Now
wow.
and you know, okay, my story to me is like Cinderella, because for one, my mother was in her own world, so she used to have me
Yeah.
cleaning everything. Like we was at the hotel and shit, clean this, clean the room.
Right.
That so when she go out, as soon as she go out, we have a big ass mirror in the hallway. So I get in the
Right.
hallway, go in the mirror, and I start going in, killing it.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
but the
That's
singing was beautiful.
so.
I just, didn't take it as
So you
massively.
were singing. You started to sing before you really developed the ability to rap. So my next question is, what created this Mecca Forever? For those that don't know, I'm promise you, you need to go in and in this end of this video, you're gonna see stuff at the end of this. We'll be able to check out her music. But what made you be able to go from singing to rapping? Talk to me.
To be honest,
Yeah.
is this the real deal, Holyfield, right? And since I'm real and ain't nothing fake about me, I keep it 100. I came up in the streets when I was in the streets like 12. So from 12 on, you learning how to do life, especially New York. New York cold as a motherfucker. So
Right.
I'm coming up
Well,
dipping
hold up. What
yeah.
part of New York? You gotta put some respect
South
on what
Side,
part.
Queens, in Queens, born and raised all through Queens, throughout Queens. Everybody know who I am, especially on the South Side. So okay, here we go. So during that time, being in the streets, this, that, and the third, we smoking. I was smoking little cigarettes, smoking weed, drinking. So during the course of being a teenager and running wild, my voice got a little hoarse. I'm like, wait a minute. Ah. So I felt like, knowing I'm sort of a perfectionist, I felt like I wasn't up to par after a while with the singing. So I took a huge break and just put it on the
Paul,
side.
you're telling me that a lot of your activities that you were doing when it come to smoking and drinking and stuff like that, it had an effect on your voice.
Well, of course, research, you know.
Okay.
You gotta take care of your throat, take care of your lungs. If you don't, of course, you're
Okay.
gonna change
Okay.
as an artist. If you're a
All right.
singer,
All right.
you
All
know.
right.
So anyway, I just felt like after a while I was stronger in the rap phase because it just was a me. It just
Hold
was a
up.
me.
Let me tell you. Let me ask you a question again. Because every do you consider yourself an R&B singer or just a vocalist at the time?
Oh, I was definitely a R&B singer. I definitely could blow. I got proof of that.
All right.
Like
So what I'm saying, how can an R&B singer go from R&B to motherfucking full blown rap? Which we gonna talk about it and being one of the greatest rappers of all time.
yeah, that's true. And a singer. Um, you see, I didn't really emerge with the singing. Nobody really knew that I sang, but I did have songs. I did have songs that I did with Ill City where I
Which
was
I
singing.
heard, and they were
Yeah,
dope. They were
normally
laid
like
out
I
and
didn't
dope.
sing with the
They
singing.
were dope. They
Huh?
were dope.
Yeah, I got some stuff to show that I could blow.
But I was one of the ones that first told you don't sing ever again.
Yeah, you got jokes, but guess what? One thing about being an artist, no matter what anybody tell you, whatever you feeling in your heart, if you
That's
ain't feeling
real.
nothing to nobody, you gonna do what you want to do at the end of the day.
And I
This
heard some new stuff. I heard some new stuff
you
with
being
you
free
rapping
means you
and
being
doing
able
your
to
thing.
express it.
I,
Yeah,
my bad. Okay,
it's all right.
I'm gonna tell you in front of the world. My bad.
I
I
appreciate
see
that.
it. I see the movement.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So my next question is:
Mhm.
now we went to the singing, and I think that you do have a tune that you can carry. What came with this awesome part of you in a rapper as a rapper? Because I'm gonna tell you something. When I heard your music, and for those that didn't hear it, y'all missing out. I personally heard Buster, and everybody can't be close to Buster. I heard Buster, I heard Luda, I heard a lot of things in your flows. How did you develop that skill when you came from singing?
Well, first and foremost, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I give the glory and praise to my father, my physical father, my dad, because I got both of his pinkies. And my father was an incredible man when it came to his gift of art. I mean, he moved people. He made boys men, and he was articulate, and he was smart, and he was gifted. Hell, he even kept Raekwon out of jail, and as a lawyer, and he was gonna do 25 years. So my dad was that nigga. You understand?
Raekwon, for those that don't know, we come from the Wu-Tang
Yeah,
Clan. Come on, you gotta talk to the
Thank
people
Clan.
because this is worldwide.
And yeah. So my father was an important man, and he was just very gifted and articulate. And I remember he used to do these rhymes, but not like rhyming. It was more like a long story, but they were awesome. Like
Your father was a rapper?
my father was more like a poet. You know what? I ain't gonna lie. My father would have. I moved my father, and my father moved me. So we were like yin and yang.
I
He
remember.
was,
I
he
know.
was more like a poet, and when he spoke, he would have like 2 or 3 pages of shit where the story would just go on and on. But you feeding it, you eating it, you loving it, and I'm just looking at my dad like, damn. I remember he was telling me some story about some Abuchabana. Becky took the cord and put it around her neck. Then you turn around, she couldn't even get no respect.
Whoa!
Everybody told her she was white and it was a reject. I was like, damn, daddy, what are you talking about?
Oh,
And he was
that a
like,
pimp? That's not like a pimp shit.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I fucking love my dad, man. He moved me. And right now, this is the roughest part of my life because I lost so many people that I love. I don't have good luck in that department when it comes to that, you know what I mean? But at the same time, and I'm just talking in general, family, friends, support, people you think got your back, people you roll with, you know what I'm saying? It's rough. So it's important for you to really have an important relationship with God because that's someone that will never let you down. Never let you down no matter what you're going through, no matter what life throws your way, no matter what it is. I think we just got to be real with ourselves because Jehovah gave us this gift of life. And whatever we're doing in it, you're going to go through trials. You're going to go through tribulations. You're going to go through this. You're going to go through that. But you got to stand in strength.
You
Because if you
looking all right?
never
So look, you're looking
strength,
really good right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that is the trending red. Well, how the haircut looking in the background? I see you.
oh, you can see my hair.
Yeah, is that the traditional red? Or you got like a LeBron?
I can't really tell. I guess,
You you looking dope,
mellow.
dope as fuck. You always dope, dope, dope. Um, what?
Thank you.
All right, so just for the world to know, you're a singer. You used to sing, but you kind of gravitated to rapping, right? So what makes you different from any other rapper?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. It's what the people say. It's always been about what the people that I was able to touch say. I've had fans that know me from Rebel Queen Mecca say, man, you one of the most awesomest people in the world. There are people who know who I am. It's what the people want. And I just give them the spirit of me or who I am, just Mecca. No filter, just regular Mecca. No cap, no rich, no this, no that, just Mecca. Real Mecca. This is who I am. This is my walk. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not changing it for no man. I'm a walk to the day I close my eyes to the God that I serve. So yeah, God's
That's what
strongest,
changes.
the
Hold up,
strongest
but that's what
challenges go
changes
through the
you
strongest
from.
purpose.
That's what separates you from everybody else.
No, I leave it in the people's hands to feel the music. I've got different opinions of who I sound like as far as my versatility and my metaphors. I've
Hmm.
been to quite a few people like Buster, mostly Buster, Eminem, quite a few legends.
The
Uh,
female Eminem, I heard that too.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
I heard.
we were at the same stage together too. That's what I'm saying at the Rap
Oh,
Coalition '83, and
with that being said, I want you to speak on that. Let's go into that. Talk about that, because a lot of people don't know that you was in the same stage when Eminem was not Eminem to a lot of people. It was Eminem to you in the same coalition. Let's talk about that.
I'm not gonna say much. He was Marshall Mathers. I think at that time they was just introducing him to the world. And you know, it was mad people at these events. I'm not gonna lie. I must have been about, I say maybe 200, 225 people, and it was about 54 MCs, my nigga. 54. You know, it was more like a contest, and niggas was just getting knocked out the box. So it got rounded off to about three. I came in three. When you're talking about a woman going up against a bunch of men, I was a beast. I still am, but I was more
How
beastly
many
back.
women? Let me ask you a question. How many women was in that category with you?
Well, the contest was not men and women. It was just one contest. It just happened to
No,
be
no,
one.
no, no. That's not what I'm at. That's not what I asked you. I said how many women was there? It was just rapping, men or women. How many women?
One. Uno. One.
Wow. So now we got to realize, and I'm not gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you now. That separated you from a lot of people.
Oh,
You
okay with that.
understand that, Queen? You was already different. So when you was in the what was that competition? It was the Jack the Rapper or what?
Nah, that was a different one. This one was the Rap Coalition.
What
So
coalition? And you had to, because at that time social media one you had to be kind of submitted. Tell me how
yeah.
you got into that situation.
Um, my name was buzzing and everything like that, and they heard my music, and you know, they sent me a letter that I got approved to perform in LA, and you know, it was Pacific, and it was a competition, and boom, I
That's
went out there.
cold. That's
Time my
cold.
dad was alive, and he was living with me, so he held the house down. I jumped on that plane, and I went out there.
Oh, dog, that's so dope. You had your dad there?
And my dad,
He was,
my
hold on,
dad
he
was out.
seen you be able to say, yo,
Yeah.
my daughter dope. He was able to say, my daughter dope.
My dad cried. I never seen my father cry. He was so emotional, just so happy to see his daughter. You know, like fate and the way things is, you really gotta hope and believe because you just go through so much stuff.
Yeah.
That's warfare. You can't even talk about that because people don't have no idea what the fuck you even talking about. But if
Thanks.
you real who you are, don't try to be somebody you not the, you know, and that's what everybody seem to be doing. They just running around being somebody they not. If you can't be yourself, that's a problem with that. You know what I mean? And that's what makes me different. Just being Mecca. This is just who I am. I don't try to be nothing but who I am. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that I deal with so much jealousy and hate, and yes, I got blackboard, don't give a damn about that. I'm just regular, but I'm real. That's what's important. And I have integrity, and I have morals, and I have values. And I put that first because my father was a Muslim. So there was no way in hell with me being in the game that I was going to be able to do any stupid shit anyway. But trust and believe, it was one hell of a ride. You know, and then it got to the point where I just I became independent as I learned, you know, started learning the business, although I didn't grasp it good, because of course I made hella mistakes. And then as time passed on, you know, meeting people and stuff like that, you know, getting a little help, getting a little knowledge, researching myself, boom. You know what I
So
mean? Now I got
let's talk about the game and everybody. You doing it for by yourself, and then meeting the people. And our rest in peace to your dad. He was a boss. He was a guy that kind of gave you a lot of influence in who you all are and in your walk. But I
yeah.
heard you say about people who helped you. Without your dad, who helped you kind of hone in that gift that you had, though.
There were some people that knew about me. Like for instance, I'll tell you this. Me and Buster was cool at one time, and
Yeah,
before he got what's her name? Broad Digger, he did
Raw. Okay, Ra.
Before you got
Can I tell you something? You better than Ra. You
it's
better than
all
Ra.
the day, you know what I'm saying? She's a talented woman. You know, she did good with Buster and all of them. You know what I mean? But the opportunity was given to me first because, you know, when I met Buster, Buster was with Leaders of the New School. He wasn't even
Mm-hmm.
like
Yep.
just
Yep.
like
Yep.
doing 18. And I was the headline opener for Chubb Rock and the 18. So I was out there, met him, and you know, me and Buster developed a rapport. We became friends for a good amount of time.
Yeah.
And he did holler at me to get down with them, but something was going on with me personally where I was injured. So because I was injured and I was unable to, you know, move, he got
Right.
raw. You know what I'm saying? And that's facts. But then I was supposed to sign with what's his name? Wyclef with these girls I was dealing with. I mean, you know, it's just so many things going on. But the thing is, I was also gonna sign with Cold Chillin'. You know, I was dealing with Sylvia Rome. I met her, met Mona Scott, you know, Tommy Lee. Um, I met a lot of great people because I ripped the hell out of some fucking stages, so niggas knew who I was. You know what I mean? But
Mm.
they would have it. Things do what it do, how it do, when it do.
You had deals on the table. Are you disappointed by the deals, or you should have made them better?
Well, back then, dealing with the industry, it was more formatted to what the labels want. It's totally different now in 2021, but it wasn't like that back then. Back then, you got signed, you had a budget, you had things going on, but then you could also get shelved, or then you could also be replaced. It all depends on what the label felt like back then they could do with you. That's one of the things, marketing and promotion. And me, I've always had that. I started out as a hardcore rapper. I was never soft, first of all. So me
Never
looking
saw. I know.
me looking feminine and not being able to sound feminine and sound like a dude, you know, I
And
had my
that's gonna be my next question.
it
Go
was
ahead.
hard to market me too. That was another thing. You know, there's a little bit of everything, but I still, you know, did a lot.
A lot of people was like, "Is this a dude? It's a female."
Oh
Talk
God,
about that.
that
Talk
too.
about that. Talk about that.
Man, listen, niggas used to think I was a fucking transvestite. You know what I'm saying? One time I cried because I went to go see, I'll never forget, my boy took me to see Jam Master Jay. Jam Master Jay looked at me, and a couple of other guys looked at me. I was just a pretty young woman. I've always been, you know, good looking. Wasn't always thick. That came in time, but men still had their issues going on mentally, whatever the hell that was. So they thought I was, you know, she's, you know, it is what it is. But this is Mecca. This regular Mecca. You know what I mean? Kick that real shit. Let niggas can't handle that though. It's just as real as you let it be.
And speaking on the gift,
Mm.
what is the gift that you finna give everybody in 2021?
Well, from being in the game so long, I developed a huge platform, of course, with my people, my team, which of course you're a part of. You know, we got a lot of things that we get ready to do. Well, the website is up first and foremost. If anybody want to subscribe, your email, become a part of the website. We have different platforms and things that we're doing for artists. Like, you know, I developed a show called Hip Hop Got Talent. Same in category as America's Got Talent. The only thing that is about hip hop, because hip hop never got the respect of its own voice. So I felt like developing platforms for hip hop that was different than what they got. I also developed this big show called the Chronicles Magazine and Radio Show Takeover. Now, the Chronicles Magazine and Radio Show Takeover is supposed to be a surprise, but of course, me and Norris are both disc jockeys for the show, as well as a couple of other people that I won't give a mention to. But this is going to be history. This platform was created to acknowledge all the people that made music what it is for this generation, this new generation, this young generation, and the respect of what these people did in all genres of music. I'm not biased. So people need to give that respect to the legends that paved the game. See, we honor them all the time. That's why we created this particular radio show to focus on everything, but mostly focus on the iconic legends that don't get the respect that they deserve in the game. They do, but I'm glad that I was able to create a platform to give them more of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's was the purpose of why it was created. The magazine focuses on them. So on the cover of the magazine, you'll never see people that's alive. You will always see people that's passed on, that's legends in the game, whether they're singers, rappers, legends. That's the focus of it. Then we have a segment where we honor people that put their life on the line, like the police, firefighters, hospitals, everybody that's in the field of helping other people. We honor them and give them shout outs. It's important for the people that do pull together to do something, because a lot of people are divided, period, point blank. And I pray that black people get themselves together. I really do, because that's the saddest part of all, being black and it being divided in the black race. Men not knowing who they are as men, women not knowing who they are as women. You know what I'm saying? This is the real world we live in. It's real, you know what I'm saying?
I have never heard nobody rap like you.
Oh,
I have a lot of favorite rappers in my life. Yeah. And I'm gonna put it out there because it makes sense. You know,
okay.
it's in R&B. I have the Brat. So
I like
the Brat. You fuck with the Brat?
Of course.
I got Shauna, Chicago, DTP,
I like
Cinderella.
I like Shauna. I'm gonna tell you who I like.
So go ahead. Who's your top three?
As far as females or guys?
Yeah. I want to know because we gonna get to that. We gonna get to your bar. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so my top three females first, or my top three guys?
Oh shit! You want to go there?
You asked me. You know.
Go ahead.
Okay, so for the female rappers, this is gonna be a little hard one because there's a couple of them in my life, but I'll just give you three.
All right, that's three. That's three. We ain't gotta do five. Okay.
I'm gonna give Essence her props because that was my dog.
Who?
Essence, the one from New Jack City.
There you go with that bullshit. You too young to know that shit type shit. All right, go ahead.
I like the Money in the middle, which
Money in the middle, money in the middle. All right, Money Love, right? What her name was? Money Love.
I mean, I got five. I like the Brat. Brat was one of my favorites, and I like the show.
Thank you. You got one of them.
I mean, you know.
You didn't like Shauna?
I just said I like the Shauna. Of course I like the Shauna. She got skills. If you got skills, you got skills. And Antoinette. I like the Antoinette. Antoinette was fly.
At the end of the day, what's the ultimate goal for you?
Well, like I said, I created many platforms. Go to the website and check out all the different platforms I created. I'm a movie writer. I got like 37 movies that I wrote.
Don't stop that. I need you to slow that down. You writing script?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Putting the brand together, because you know what? When you're independent, it's a hell of a work, especially when you don't have people backing you and you're doing everything yourself. So that's the reason why it's moving at its course, because I am independent. You know what I mean? But I don't have a problem with that, because once you expand, they're going to want to come to you regardless. They're going to want to come to you anyway. So I'm not stopping what I'm doing as a brand and a business. I just made sure I covered all levels, because one thing that I want people to understand in this game, you are, and hear me well, nobody stays on top forever. Everybody has an appointed time. Take the gift that God gave you and do something positive. Don't be negative. Be supportive. Stop hating. Support each other. Because that's what's taking the love out of the game of rap. The fact that everybody's doing it for the wrong reasons. You understand? You will be on top for but a time, and then it changes over to different people because of the new generation. So be smart. Become a mentor. Give some knowledge and wisdom that leads to an understanding. Be smart. Elevate. Talk something positive where people can understand you. Because a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Take your gift and use it in other avenues. I'll give you an example. Look at Latifah. Look at Uh, Will Smith. What are they now? Independent brands, workers, artists. They do movies. Look at 50. Movies, TV. Branch off. Do other things. You know, doing music itself is one of the hardest things that you could do ever.
Yes, and I told all my fan base,
It's
music
like
is the hardest.
competition that you can't be yourself. You can't be happy. Don't be in competition with anybody. Be yourself
Yeah.
and just do what you do. You don't got to be in competition. Your gift is your gift. What God give you. Let him elevate you. That's the problem. Don't need and want people to elevate you because everybody isn't perfect. Either you walking this walking wreck or you ain't walking it at all. And I'm just regular. This is real. This is who I am. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to say this to the young people. Elevate mentally and learn the business.
Everything around me seem to bother me. Although I try to keep the peace complete and live in harmony. I try to keep away from mess and to avoid the pharmacy. My alias is Barnaby. The last address I gave them was New Haven at the Armory. My natural color black, baby brown or some mahogany. My products at idolatry. The haters let them bother me. I hollow keep no honesty. Was brought up poor and modestly. My granddad now's a prophecy. I publish it right.